Revelations chapter 9 verse 7. John Gill's exposition of the entire Bible verse by verse. Scripture, quote, "And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses," unquote. The heads of locusts, especially some of them, are very much like the heads of horses, and here they are compared to horses. Scripture, quote, "Prepared unto battle," unquote, as they are in Joel 2 verse 4. The horse is a warlike creature, swift, strong, and courageous. Job chapter 39 verse 21. Locusts sometimes have appeared in the form of armies and have marched in great order with their leaders before them and have pitched their camps very regularly. See Joel chapter 2 verse 7, of which we have lately had an account from Transylvania in our public papers. This was published in 1747. This part of their description may denote the wars of the Muslims and the rapidity, force, and power with which they overran a great part of the empire, and as it may be applied to the western locusts, the disputes, contentions, and quarrels raised by the Romish clergy. Scripture, quote, "And on their heads were, as it were, crowns like gold," unquote. And in this shape some locusts have appeared, to which the allusion seems to be in Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 17, quote, "They crowned men as the locusts," unquote. In the year 1542, it is said that locusts came out of Turkish into Austria and other places, which had their heads, quote, "little crowns," unquote. See Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 42. And the Arabians, as Pliny observes, go with mitre turbans like crowns on their heads. This may design the several victories and conquests which the Muslims obtained in Arabia, Persia, Syria, Egypt, Africa, Spain, and many other places. And supposing this to have any references to the western locusts, it may respect the triple crown of the head of them, the caps of the cardinals, the mitres of the bishops, and the shaven palates of the priests in form of crowns. Scripture, quote, "And their faces were as the faces of men," unquote, which may be expressive of the affable carriage of Muhammad and his followers, especially to the Christians, and of his great pretensions to holiness and religion, and of the plausible and insinuating ways and artful methods used by him to gain upon men, and being applied to the clergy of the Church of Rome, may denote their show of humility and their pretended great concern for the welfare of the souls of men, their flattery, good words, and fair speeches, with which they deceive the simple and are unwary. Revelations chapter 9, verse 7.